Welcome to the KR Films Entertainment channel. Today I will explain the Turkish horror movie Demon Baby Birth 2017. Spoilers ahead, watch out and take care. In the first scene we see a lady named Ronnie who was looking very scared and nervous, and she's chanting a prayer in front of a painting. That painting is of an old lady and the pendant that was on the neck out. The lady in that painting is also the same pendant on his neck. Now we see Ronnie's two daughters. Her elder daughter's name is Hazel and her younger daughter's name is Holly. Holly tells Hazel that visitors are going to come to their house today. Holly asks Hazel, why do visitors come only after dad has left? Holly also looks at the painting made by her sister. There are many tentacles in there. Painting. A lady shows these tentacles to a small baby. Hazel notices blood in her underwear and Holly frighteningly tells her mother. Her mother understands that she has had her first period and she starts crying. Holly asks her mother if the visitors have gone and her mother says they left. Now Ronnie tells her younger daughter that now we will play hide and seek and takes Hazel with her out. Holly counts up to 100 and then sees an invisible thing in the door opens automatically. She walks out of the room and she sees that her mother was killing her sister by drowning her in the toilet, and because of this Holly is scared and runs away from her in fear, and her mother follows her too. She was about to find Holly and kill her, but then Holly's dad arrives and he is trying to stop Ronnie. Run. He kills Holly's father and Holly also seems that scary. See then run. He screams and calls Holly, but Holly runs away from. Now many years have passed and we see that Holly has grown up now. All these accidents have a very bad effect on her, due to which she gets scary dreams and visions that bothered her so much. Holly is now married and her husband's name is Tim and he is an author. We see the same pendant around Holly's neck that was on her mother's neck. Now Holly is getting intimate with her husband Tim. Her childhood trauma was so much that she even don't like to use the toilet seat. And she used to take pregnancy controlling pills because she is not ready for a baby. She has become a typical housewife who is doing everything to make her husband happy. The next day Holly goes to the supermarket where she starts getting visions and his health starts to deteriorate. She feels better after getting out of the supermarket. She sees a piece of glass which she takes home with her. Holly. He cooks food for Tim when she arrived at the house, and Tim discusses with Holly his new book and he shows her the cover of the book. The book cover has the same tentacles as Hazel's painting. He makes it for his book but says it's not perfect and something is wrong, and Tim leaves saying this. Then Holly puts that piece of glass and a miniature house. These dolls and doll houses were also her hobbies. Just then Holly starts masturbating by imagining some naughty things, and suddenly those thoughts are changed. She masturbates by remembering the deaths of her parents and sister and her childhood trauma, which shows that she wanted to forget all this for pleasure but can't able to forget it. This means her childhood was affecting her present life. In the evening Holly and Tim go out for dinner with their four. Since Holly and Tim celebrating their 3rd anniversary, Tim then announces that they are planning a baby. Holly is shocked to hear this but she says yes under pressure, which means she wasn't ready for it. Then those people talk about a cult whose name is UL, means umbrella of love and mind. Strangely Holly and Tim knew about that called. One of his friends, Valerie, was a so he added with his cult and was missing for 2 years. Tim's friend tells him about the recent cult gathering, also asks Holly and Tim to join the gathering. He talks about the cult leader named Bruce O'Hara. Only then could hardly speak something before that a child grabbed Holly's hair. Due to this again Holly starts remembering the things of childhood and this makes all the very nervous. Now we see that Holly checks some of Tim's research papers during the night. She looks at some documents in which ancient language was written and also looks at his painting in which a lady was offering something to very big tentacles. Holly suddenly feels that someone is inside the house. To check, Holly goes to a room where she sees some light, but then someone from behind puts a hand on Holly's shoulder. Do this Holly gets stunned for a while, but she is Holly's friend Valerie. They start talking to each other but suddenly Holly wakes up because she was dreaming. The next morning Holly sees that her dream has come true because Valerie has come to her house. Holly meets Valerie. Valerie invites her to the gathering of his called Means in Your Limb, and then the same night all three of them go to the function of that called, where Tim and Holly's friends were also there. They talk for a while, then Holly and Valerie go to the washroom. Holly doesn't use the toilet seat. Here now we can understand Holly's fear. Then Tim meet a man who came from Morocco to join the cult. Here Holly secretly watches the cult leader Bruce, who was meditating naked. Just then Valerie comes to her and Holly leaves. From there now all the people who came to the cult gathering gather in the hall. Then the cult leader Bruce O'Hara arrives there. He tells that this group is not about any supernatural power, rather the people who are the members of the group are special. His concept is linked to dreams and the astral plane. He can go into anyone's dream and see it and control it. Then he goes to her Ian makes a handshake and tells the girl nearby that Holly is special, and seeing the pendant around Holly's neck he says that he was looking for her for a long time. Bruce holds Holly's hand and sees her dreams. He begins to feel Holly and her childhood incidents, and Holly finds herself somewhere else because she was traveling. Ask really? Holly walks forward and sees blood coming out from the toilet. Bruce suddenly leaves Holly's hand and blood comes out of his nose. Due to this, Holly and everyone else gets impressed. All the people started clapping. Coming home, Holly changes and becomes confident too, but Tim tells that Bruce is a fraud in that what he is doing is a lie, and he says that there is no such thing as astral projection and astral travel because he has researched these things. Now Holly explains that she felt Bruce in her brain and Bruce has driven her away from her fear and anxiety. Meanwhile, Holly also tells the truth to Tim that she used to take medicine to control pregnancy. She didn't want to get pregnant, but now she is ready. After hearing all this, Tim feels very bad. Just then Holly asks Valerie, what did you feel about Bruce? But Valerie does not tell anything. Then Holly angrily asks Valerie where you are missing for 2 years, but Valerie didn't want to tell him anything. While Holly shared her house with Valerie and even her husband, meaning there was a love triangle between these three, and she said that she just wants to help them, and these three start getting intimate. But when Holly gets intimate, Bruce shows up at Tim's place, due to which Holly gets very upset. Then they go to sleep, but Holly can't sleep. Then Holly hears someone's voice. She goes to check, but she does not see anyone. Then she gets tired and sits down. Then suddenly someone runs in front of her. Holly follows him and he hides in the store. Holly also follows him. Holly sees a woman soaked in blood. Seeing this, Holly gets very scared and starts screaming. Then that woman snatches a pendant. Hearing Holly scream, Tim and Valerie a common. Holly tells them about the woman, but a strange thing happens before Holly can tell. Valerie asked her, where she your mother, to which Holly says yes. They calm her so that we understand that something is wrong, because how do Valerie know she has her mother? The next morning Tim searches for Holly's pendant in the storeroom but find nothing. We see Holly in the next scene in the ULIM headquarters. She finds the book that wrote about her as far as she touched. Seeing this, she gets very shocked. Holly enters a room where she sees Bruce and a lady. When she touches that girl, she sees herself because she was still traveling astral. Bruce says that he can help her through all her sorrows and troubles. He can bring out how Holly, because she's lost in her dreams, and if Holly is lost in her astral form, she will never be able to come out of that dream. He hypnotizes Holly, by which she goes back to her childhood time when she sees her younger self. Just then Holly enters the bathroom to see that Hazel was not killed by her mother, rather by mistake the stick of the rock umbrella from the little Holly had entered Hazel's head, due to which Hazel was killed. Holly regains consciousness and tells Bruce that he is a liar and she is not killed anyone. Holly runs away from there, and then Bruce starts talking to himself. He says Holly is the master visitor and does not know whether she isn't someone else or her dream. Holly runs to her house where she is searching for Valerie and Tim, but no one was there. Just then Holly sees a girl in the house who happens to be Holly's elder sister Hazel, which makes Holly very happy to see, but she attacks Holly and turns into a bloodstained lady who was her mother. Then Holly gets scared and starts shouting loudly, but Valerie pacifies Holly because she was in a dream. Then Bruce comes in, tells that her journey has been stopped because Valerie is scaring her instead of handling her. Then scene comes again to the meeting of the cult where Tim is trying to stop Bruce, but cult members take him out and Tim sees himself outside the house where he also gets Holly's pendant that was last night. He sees some hooded people coming towards the house meeting. When Holly, Tim and Valerie came to cult seminar, they never left. Bruce tells her that she is lost in maze amazing the dream. Valerie gets scared of Bruce because he sounded too serious. Bruce says that this is the only way to get around and Holly is completely under his control. Tim also comes and Bruce tells him that he shouldn't be here, and Bruce weakens consumed just by touching him. He shows him that he doesn't love Holly because all he cares about is food and kids, which is also true. A lot of kids come wearing hoodies. All he asks, who are these kids? Bruce says they all are visitors. Bruce takes Holly and Valerie to perform some ritual. Valerie tries to stop Bruce because she didn't want Holly to die. Just then Bruce says that this is Holly's dream and she should get out of here now. Bruce kills her from umbrella and she falls on the stage, and all these dreams were being telecasted on a screen. It was clear here that when someone dies in a dream, he dies in reality too. Bruce says his masters here he represents that Holly will give birth to God through rituals. Just then the whole toilet turns red and she sees her sister Hazel coming out from it. Her eyes were strange and she starts laughing at her. Hazel sits beside Holly and starts controlling her. Some kids catch a lady who was none other than Holly's mother. Bruce takes off Holly's mother's skin and applies to his face. Then all the kids tear apart all the clothes of Holly. Bruce walks up to her and touches her with the same pendant that makes her pregnant, and then Bruce takes out a creature baby from Holly's belly and gives it to Holly, and Bruce offers her mother skin like a sheet in which she keeps the child. Bruce says that now she is his master and god. Now we see Hazel getting transformed into an old lady. She comes to Holly and sees her baby, and Bruce bows to her like a slave. That lady was none other than Holly's grandmother. Then we see Tim making a the unholy standing on the balcony where all the cult members bow before her and respect her. From the sky a lot of big tentacles come and Holly offers them her baby, and Tim makes the same painting. Tim dies pointing fingers at the painting and Holly smiles cryptically looking at the screen, and the movie ends there.